What is the most inappropriate thing you've ever seen at a wedding? I was at one where the bride got so drunk she passed out, so they put her in a wheelchair and wheeled her around unconscious so people could take selfies with her. Some dancer girls were hired by the bride to dance, and as a joke at the end of the dance they would go to the groom and accuse him he had multiple children with them in the past, and he left and run away while they were pregnant. Stupid idea, awkward and embarrassing. No one was laughing except the bride. A guest with a screaming baby was late to the ceremony and walked directly behind the bride while she was walking down the aisle. In the middle of the reception, a birthday cake was rolled out, and some people started singing happy birthday. A lot of us had no idea whose birthday it was. The birthday cake was bigger than the wedding cake. Turns out it was the mother of the groom's birthday, but the bride had no idea this was going to happen. Heart of the vows. I don't remember the exact wording, but something about I shall enter you in a way no man has, and after pulling out, a piece of me will remain inside you always. Then from the back of the church someone whispers loud enough for just about everyone to hear. Wait, what the fuck did he just say? Went to a wedding reception. Was a Mexican wedding. DJ was a mess and couldn't get any of the songs right. It's time for the son mother-in-law dance. They start dancing and then the song comes on. Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye. I've never wanted to laugh so hard in my life. The groom's sister walked in with a wedding gown, not a white dressy dress. No, white ball gown wedding dress. Looks almost identical to the bride's. We had a hard time telling them apart. She insisted on interrupting the first dance and danced with her brother. Groom's mom was also wearing white. At my first wedding my wife got so unbelievably drunk she had to be carried back to our hotel room before 11 p.m. It was a New Year's Eve wedding. She'd been banging her best friend's brother while I was away on military duty and the guilt was ripping her apart. Groom disappeared in a field with the maid of honor for a while. It didn't last. I had a long-term girlfriend whose mom and boyfriend were swingers. They had us house sit for them one time so they could go to a wedding in a different part of the state. Apparently they were both super excited about the prenuptial gangbang that was going to take place with the bride as the central attraction. They said the groom wanted to make sure he was marrying the biggest slut he could find. Groom was my friend. Bride's family disliked him and purposely left him out of all official pictures. They divorced a year later because he couldn't take her family ruining things anymore. Assistant wedding planner here. One time one of my jobs was keeping a very drunk 30-year-old groomsman away from a 14-year-old cousin. Well, the two women I saw drunkenly making out and groping each other while lying down on the dance floor has nothing on most of these. The bride's family came in their work clothes. The guy pumps septic tanks for a living and had gotten it on him that day. Like a lot. Also, he liked to wear overalls and no shirt. Classy fella. I'm late and it was the reception, but I've had to break up a threesome on the patio between the gay groomsman, maid of honor, and a waiter at my best friend's wedding. He and his new wife never even knew until much years later. Bride was drunk, sandwiched between two drunk groomsmen, and they were all gyrating and rubbing her very intimately. Also just so happened to be the only people on the dance floor. She looked more than happy to take part in front of her new husband who had a drink and watched from the very back of the venue, not happy obviously. It was so shameless. We all just jaw-dropped watched it happen. I saw one of the groomsmen slap the bride on the ass. Hard. He wasn't related to her, and as far as I know they had never met before the run-through for the wedding. Edit. I didn't know that this would blow up. It was back in 1997. The groomsman was a frat brother of the groom. The bride and groom were very stiff-lipped for the rest of the reception. The father of the bride and one of her uncles had a discussion with the groomsman in the men's room of the hall. I didn't see the groomsman for the rest of the evening or since. My best friend streaked at my wedding reception, but that wasn't really that inappropriate. That was awesome. However, at his wedding, my friend's 40-year-old brother hooked up with the neighbor's teenage daughter and got her pregnant. That was inappropriate. Bride's father thought the day was about him. Kept interrupting everything to make speeches, but the best part was him presenting his gift to the couple. He wrote and recited some cringe shit poem about love that sounded like it was written by a 12-year-old, but he didn't stop there. He had it transcribed in calligraphy and mounted in a huge 2x4 FT frame. The topper was that he also made a stack of copies for everyone to take home. No, I didn't take one. Not sure if this is what you would call inappropriate, but anyhow, my friend was getting married and on the wedding day the bride's husband showed up to break the wedding up. My friend had no idea she was married with children. Serves her right, the bride got what she deserved.